Todd wrestling for Titan Mercury Wrestling Club, taking on Kyle Dake in the red. Kyle Dake, your number 7 seed in the 86 kilogram bracket. Straight on single by Dake. Todd fights it off. Dake into a 2-on-1 on Todd's right side. U.S. Nationals, the domestic debut for Kyle Dake, up at 86 kilograms. Works that left side collar tie. Finally gets the ankle, cuts the far knee, takedown Kyle Dake. He leads 2-0. Dake going right side gut wrench. Takes him over. And 2 more. Rolling over that right side shoulder of Todd. Kind of bad position. It was only 2 confirmed on the exposure, so it's a 4-0 lead for Kyle Dake. Dake gets to the high single, cuts across over the top. 4 beautifully executed arch there off of the leg attack. Kyle Dake in the driver's seat. 8-0, needs another score to close this bout out.
On mat 5, consolation round 1, bout number 141, men's freestyle. 57 kilos, from McKnight, Nick the Lions. In the red, his opponent,
Dake goes behind right to a cradle. He's going to take it over for the fall. He's going to score that fall in 1 minute, 52 seconds on your championship quarterfinal. That's Kyle Dake. 86 kilograms, championship quarterfinal. Number 2 seed Keith Gavin taking on number 7 seed Kyle Dake. Dake in the red singlet. Keith Gavin in the blue. Over collar by Dake. This is one of the championship quarterfinals I was really looking forward to when the seeds came out. Really happy to see that these guys were going to match up. One of the unknowns, Kyle Dake, up at 86 kilograms. Keith Gavin has been established at this weight class for a long time. An elbow pass by Dake, not able to get to the leg. They're looking, passivity has been confirmed against Keith Gavin. That's his first warning. Dake continuing to hold the center of the mat. And they're looking for another passivity on Gavin. It's going to be confirmed. He's going to go on the 30-second shot clock. Just 1:13 into our bout. No points are scored in this 30 seconds. Gavin will be issued a caution. 1 point will go up for Kyle Dake. Gavin has Dake pulled into a front head, chin hand. Excellent execution there by Dake, isolating the chin hand, taking it off. We're halfway through, high crotch. Dake turns the corner, crotch lift. 2 points up on the board for Kyle Dake. This is where he was impressive earlier in the day. I thought he was going to go gut wrench. Worked really well on Tyrell Todd on the top. And we're back to action. 2-0 lead for Kyle Dake. Closing in on 1 minute to go in period number 1. In the quarterfinals match, on mat 2, it's They're dragged by Dake into a quad pod situation. Dake trying to work to the side for a gut wrench. 45, crotch left takes him up over the top. 4 points for Kyle Dake. And it was actually 2 that was confirmed. 4 was offered by the official, 2 confirmed, so it's 2 and 2. 6-0 lead for Kyle Dake over the number 2 seed, Keith Gavin. That's always a situation. You know, we've talked about at length on Malicious Intent and other shows. The quad pod situation, are you grounded or are you on your feet? A gut wrench from that situation, is it 2 or is it 4? Here on the crotch lift, we saw 2 was what was confirmed. And we head to the break. 6-0 lead for Kyle Dake.
Video review. Taylor, number 2. Taylor now with a 6-0 lead over Edward.
We're back to action here. Kyle Dake looking low ankle off the left side collar tie. Gavin had Dake towards the boundary line. Dake able to circle back to the center.
Taylor now 9 points on the board.
Nice snap by Gavin. Not able to get the corner. Dake squares up, isolates that wrist, clears out the tie. Elbow throw and some verbal warnings. You got to think that the passivity call for Dake's going to come shortly. And there it is. Over collar for Dake. Gavin's controlled the action in the second period, but he hasn't been able to get Dake out of position. There's an attention on Dake. 1:25 to go in our bout. Still a 6-0 lead. Dake taking that high crotch, probably fending off some passivity for the time being. And as we're going to get below 30 seconds shortly, Gavin to the high crotch. Dake turns the corner, crotch lock. Good positioning. Gavin staying head in the knee, gets his head high. He's going to come up, scores the takedown. 17 seconds remain in our bout. Keith Gavin's going to need a turn here. He's going to need multiple turns. And they head back up. 7 seconds to go in our bout. And this is going to do it. Kyle Dake's going to move on to your championship semifinal. A 6-2 decision for Kyle Dake. He'll move on. He'll take on Jon Reader in the bottom semi. In the red singlet, Jon Reader, the number 3 seed. He's going to take on Kyle Dake in the blue. Dake, your number 7 seed, knocked off Keith Gavin in the last round. Earlier today, an impressive performance by Dake. A couple gut wrenches on a crotch lift in parterre for, actually he only got 2 out of it. 4 was offered originally. And passivity is confirmed on Kyle Dake. That's his first of the bout. Jon Reader on the way to the semifinal, a 10-0 technical fall, just 35 seconds into the bout over Robert Hamlin. Scores a takedown, gut wrench, gut wrench, gut wrench, gut wrench. Close the bout out quickly. And we have passivity on red, white paddle by the judge, but the chairman does confirm it. Now both guys have 1 apiece in the passivity calls. Dake working the 2-on-1. Reader up to a right side hook. Dake misses on the low ankle. We're hearing verbal warning, action blue, action blue. Dake in for a low. It is confirmed, but he's going to get the takedown here. Reader able to bail out, only gives up 2. Great timing by Dake as he was going to go on the shot clock as the passivity was confirmed. They let the action go as he started to create it. He comes up, scores the takedown, and has a 2-0 lead. Reader working that right side collar tie. Over collar for Dake. Little finger fight on the far side. Both guys clear out of it.
Down to 10, friend. 4.
And that's how it's going to end in the first period. Kyle Dake scoring the 2-point takedown. He has a 2-0 lead over Jon Reader. Low ankle missed by Dake. Clears out. Reader working heavy on the head. Dake moving up to 86 kilograms. You got to think that that's going to wear on a guy, carrying a little extra weight from what he's used to. Low ankle by Reader. Kyle Dake is really dangerous here with the crotch lift. So strong in this position. Reader switched off to Dake's right ankle. Dake underneath on the left, has the leg laced in, needs to clear the leg out in order to score the takedown in freestyle wrestling. He's trying to pull that out, pulls it out, scores the takedown. Now controls a 4-0 lead. complaining about a headbutt on the restart. Reader right back into that collar tie on the right. Reader throws that underhook by to the single. Dake tried to kick out. Reader lifts it clear of the mat, walks him out of bounds. 4-1. Dake showing a little sign of fatigue here. 1:56 to go in the bout. There, another underhook to that low single. Dake turns the corner. Reader looks like he's just trying to get out of here with the stalemate. Dake continues to attack the near knee, trying to go into a cradle over top. And they bring him up. 1:30 to go in our bout. Again, right side underhook. This time he snaps Dake down to the mat. Reader turns the corner, picks the ankle. Dake tried to come up into a body lock, hips in. Reader takes him over the top for a chest strap. 4 offered by the official, 2 confirmed by the judge, 2 by the chairman. It's going to be a 4-3 lead. Kyle Dake, obvious signs of fatigue. And with it being 4-3, Dake's going to wave the block off. Contact lens, the issue for Jon Reader. He drops it off, coming back to the center.
Come on, Reader, come on! Let's go,
Low single again by Reader. Same situation we've seen several times in this period. Dake lifts him up over the top. 2 offered by the official, white paddle by the judge, confirmed by the chairman. 2 goes on the board for Dake. He extends the lead to 6-3. Captures a double leg.
Come on, John!
And they go back up to their feet. 30 seconds in our bout. Starting to look at criteria. Dake has 3 2-pointers. So a step out and a takedown's not going to do it for Reader. There's the step out. He closed it down to 2. A takedown will not put Reader in the lead.
Come on, John! Come on, John! 15!
Kyle Dake right to the edge. He circles back in. Reader coming over the top, looking to go behind. Dake wisely working the hands. Reader drags out, unable to head pinch. Kyle Dake's going to hold on for the win. He moves into the championship final at 86 kilograms. A 6-4 win for Kyle Dake. We will see Kyle Dake, David Taylor part 4,452 kilograms. They both wrestled internationally in November with not particularly great results up at 86. They're making the adjustment
quickly. And wow, sets the tone. Kyle Dake's going to pick up 2 within the first 8 seconds. Yeah, make it 2-4. He's got a trapped arm. He's going to try to drive that right back in bounds and pick up another 2. Kyle Dake has David Taylor's number, and things are starting off again that way here in Las Vegas. Another 2. It's going to be 6. 2 and 1 more. It's going to be a tech fall. They white paddle that. Dake still with the trapped arm. Dake looking to go left side.
And he steps over Taylor for 2.
Going to go 2 red there, so it's going to be 8-2. All but done. Just can't quite finish this thing out. Taylor will wing his way back to the center, but Dake leading by 6, and I mean, came out right away.
Go back to the shot clock in Madison. That was the same exact shot where he ran him 3 mats down and finished. He comes with it right away in the opening seconds of the bout here. Trapped arm. There are not many Americans that are better in the parterre position than Kyle Dake.
And David Taylor got to be thinking, my gosh, dang it. Dake. Now, will Dake continue to try to, bring some offense, or is he going to kind of settle down a little bit, hold position, and see what happens? And Taylor gets his patented ankle pick, but unable to get his other hand down there and secure it. and look for the finish. Taylor controlling on the head, went back to the ankle pick, tried to go for it, the foot wasn't there. Halfway through the first period, 8-2, Kyle Dake with the lead.
And you had feelings of the World Team Trial Final with Burroughs, where Burroughs came out, got a quick single, and right into the lace, almost anticlimactic, that you know this can be a great match, but Burroughs closed that out early. I had that same feeling here, but we're getting to see the bout go longer, and David Taylor been to that ankle pick a couple times. He needs another takedown before the break to get back into this bout, close it down from 6-4.
And I think if he gets a takedown, he'll be right in that match, like you said. And here he's in on the leg, trying to counter, though, is Dake. Dake
so good
the
at
corner
scooting the corner.
Quickly. And does David have his head underneath the leg? No, it's buried right into the knee. If he can get that left hand, and he's got it in there, could he circle to his left and score this or pick him up in the air?
Dake is incredibly strong in this position. I saw him wrestle
Taylor
twice today.
Over. Taylor's circling. He's in position. I think David Taylor's going to score this. He's going to get two, and they're going to take. Oh, just like
one
that.
on the reversal, right to a trapped arm.
And it's those moments just in between. You can't relax at all against Kyle Dake. 11-4 on the scoreboard, a 7-point spread. It's got to be frustrating.
And really,
David Taylor.
Yeah, David Taylor. If it's 8-4 and then you give up the reversal 9, not that bad, but then the trapped arm gut, and I thought it was going to be more than just that one turn.
I thought it might be the end of the road. Taylor looking to score one late. He gets to the leg, unable to finish. Kyle Dake so hard to finish on. And you see Dake over there in the corner with Cornell head coach Rob Cole, Gabe Dean, Gabe's father over there rubbing those shoulders out. And yeah, the belly, you look at oxygen. He's breathing hard here.
You know, he's kind of had this body language all day long, but he's been able to fight through it. He's got that look on his face that, hey, I'm tired, but his performance hasn't suffered.
And I feel like we saw that in college plenty. Like he doesn't care about body language. He cares about getting his hand raised, and he does it a lot. And he does it well. But a little bit slow, some big breaths as we move back to the center. He leads 11-4 over Taylor. We got 3 minutes to go.
Your medalist for the 128-pound weight class. In 8th place from Liberty Basketball, Los Angeles, Nevada, Kyle Gunner.
Really, the difference in this match, the parterre game of Kyle Dake. I saw him gut wrench Tyrell Todd in one of the early rounds. He has one of the most devastating gut wrenches.
And here we go. David Taylor back in on a shot. Crotch lock position for Dake. Nothing.
White paddled all around.
Take it back to the center.
And that's a situation you see a takedown given with much less control on the boundary line. I thought that at least one of the three might throw up that takedown for Taylor.
Getting to the leg, not the problem for Taylor, but finishing, been a little bit tougher.
And your 2015 Las Vegas All-State FloWrestling champion from Montclair, Elijah Diaz.
So can Kyle Dake get a couple more scores and close this thing out, or can David Taylor close the gap, find some momentum, and a way to pull himself back within reach?
And Taylor trying to use the boundary line here. Dake circling to his right, trying to stay in. And I don't like the stoppage that...
Because he was taking him to the edge.
He had mat position. You know, probably Taylor waiting a little too long to go on the attack there, but you take that mat position away that he gained by pushing Dake to the edge.
He had the feet, at least 1 foot in the zone. And yeah, now you see wisely Dake circles himself back to the center. Taylor gets in on the leg. Dake's going to sit over the top again. Taylor loses position. Now he comes out the back door. Taylor, just loses the ankle. Kyle Dake, so good at evading and just, he's elusive. How do you finish on that guy?
And when he's kicking away, he feels the pressure. He knows when to keep kicking, and he knows when to turn back in.
And David Taylor back in on a leg, but it looks like both guys just going to kind of hang here. And with 1 minute to go, we'll take it back to the center. No scoring yet in the second.
Yes.
Right? So 1 minute to go. Kyle Dake looked for 7 straight wins over David Taylor. And we go drop under a minute. 53 seconds on the clock. Both guys looking a little bit winded here as we march into the last 53. Passive blue going to be confirmed.
And that's just the first warning on Kyle Dake. There's only 12 seconds left to put him up again. It's not going to happen. If anything comes of it, it's going to be fleeing the hold in these closing 30 seconds that David Taylor could score from. But he's going to need a takedown right into a devastating turn like a lace or a trapped arm that we saw from Kyle Dake early in the bout.
And now we got 23 to go. Kyle Dake looking great. David Taylor's been in so many times and very similar attacks, positions, but Dake just a Rubik's Cube to score on. How do you figure that out?
And he's so good at sitting in that corner. He can crotch lift guys without the leg that's being attacked. He doesn't need that underneath of and able to take the guy's hips through and score the exposure. That's where he's really good, and he beats a lot of guys in freestyle that way. 11-4 for the 7th victory in a row for Kyle Dake.
Kyle Dake, impressive. Both guys move up, beat everybody in the field, and make the finals. Kyle Dake, yes, he said 7 in a row over David Taylor. Impressive victory by Daniel Dennis at 57 kilos. And wow, what an amazing event we've had, Brock.
Yes. Going back through the championship finals, 2 things stick out in my head. Number 1, Kyle Dake, his parterre offense, getting to that trapped arm gut, almost finishing David Taylor out right away. And Jimmy Kennedy, he knocked off Logan Stieber, one of the hottest wrestlers in the United States right